If you're over 40 and you have started at some point to play piano and you really actually, were discouraged, and I know what it is, I know what it feels like, because sometimes you started some courses at school and they make everything sounds extremely difficult, especially when you had to read music, you had those, develop your reading skills, and you give up. I noticed in my channel I have a lot of guys over 40. I noticed that, right? So at some point you wanted to continue on that, or maybe improve on what you know already. So remember, this is not for beginners, because if I'm playing some chords, sometimes I play a lot more faster, because I'm just assuming that you guys know what is A minor, A minor 7, A dominant 7, right? And if I even add a flat 11, I know that might be a bit complicated, but at least you know the basic minor, major, in a diminished 7, or a half diminished. So those are like basic that you need to know. So that's why sometimes I don't really take my time on this channel, to actually go, because I have another channel which is A to Z, A number 2, Z piano. If you want to, some basic, this is A like apple, number 2, and then Z like zebra, piano, A to Z, where I actually teach basics slowly, like the basic stuff. What is a chord? What is a C7? What is a C minor? But I'm assuming that you know that already. So for those guys who are over 40, you definitely learn, go back, and sometimes maybe you want to just go and play in church. At churches that your musician left, and then there's nobody to play. You just want to go ahead and play. So those are what my channel is, with this type of people, or any younger guy also who actually want to understand a lot of stuff that you hear that those advanced musicians are doing. Like I always tell you, make sure you get the basic one and build from the basic. I have the C right here, C, E, G. I know if I put this in it, it become a C7. What if I actually put this in it? With the 7 already, I put this. That's a C13. I gotta learn how to put the A minor with the C7 to give me a C13. See, A minor. See, however I want to invert it, always work on your inversion. Extremely important. And this is the 13. If I want a flat 9, I just do this. This is 13, still right here. And then here. I should know this is a C minor 7. I'm sorry, a C7 or C13 flat 9. And if I want to make it a sharp 11, I just put, with the same here, C, E, B flat, I just put a D right here. So, this is D13 sharp 11. Here's the sharp 11. Or I could just do this, flat 9, 13 flat 9, with the sharp 11. Now once I can do it here, I should be able to do it in C sharp also. It's the same thing, use the same pattern, because what you need to know is playing piano is using patterns. You gotta understand, you gotta use patterns. What I do in C, I should be able to do it right here. It's the same, I just practice it. This is a very, very important concept, Stay with me till the end of the video, because there's a lot more you're gonna learn. Okay, so once you have the 13 right here, well, the 7 right here, you have the 13 flat 9. See, you hear that? You probably hear that, and I should be able to do it here too. How about here? See, I've just come from the 13 right here. See, don't be intimidated by anything. See, because I was in the 13 right here. It's the A 13 flat 9, which I got the same concept from here, the C7. I did the 13 flat 9, so I know this is this here, so I do this here. See, just heading to the D minor 7. right here again, this is a G13 flat 9. Now, you're going to have different musicians based on their taste and the knowledge. They're going to voice it differently. Some may voice the C13 like this, right? And others may decide, see, you know what? I'm not going to keep the 7 here. I'm going to put it here. So they're going to do this. Then they're going to do here. You're going to move this. Then we don't need this anymore. So now we have the flat 9. We could do this. It's the same chord. C13 flat 9. It's no different than this thing. And other musicians might do this instead. Or maybe this. It's the same chord, except different inversion. Okay? You gotta I know it takes a while, but you gotta learn how to practice them, you know, so that you're familiar. And the same thing you do it in the key of, let's say, F. See? It's right here. Just invert it. So that means when you're playing a song, whenever you find a dominant chord, see, if I'm C7, I'm sorry, F7, going to the B flat, instead of playing this, I actually can do this. See? It's the same F7 going to B flat. I could just do that again. See? If I was here too, a G7, that means going to what? To C major, to C7. I could do this too. I can just do that. However you wanna voice it, going to. Of course, it's important in terms of how you want to apply it, but this comes with experience, with you playing so many years and also practicing it. The movement, you gotta practice the movement of from here to here. That's a movement. See, these are movements. Okay, so you know something already, but unfortunately, you don't know how to apply it. You know some chords already, but how come that my sound is different from, for example, Jason White or Corey Henry? You know, or Jason Tyson? It's experience. Some of them, they've been playing for a while, and they practice a lot too. Nothing will just come easily. You have to practice. You have to put on the hours. You gotta do it, you know. And I know if you do that, you definitely will see improvement in your sound. And of course, once you know those chords, you have to add them to some song. For example, if we're using you could do that. And with that, you just start applying those things that you've learned, you actually practice in the real context of a song. Same way too, so you use the context of songs that you actually know, like, let's say if you want this. This is a 6 going to 2. So what you do, blessed as. And let's say we want to go from 6 to 2, I do. Same thing again. See, here I did. Again. So now that you've learned this, you can do this. This is 3 to 6. Then again, 6 to 2. Now 4 to 1. You could even do 1 to 4. You can do 2 to 5. You could do 3 to 6 again. You could do 2 to 5. You see? So it's about you learning the right stuff. You gotta learn the right stuff for you to be able to actually move from where you are to a high level. Otherwise, you just get stuck. So if you are over this age, just follow me. I'm gonna show you certain things, what you probably have started and you have nobody to teach you. And then now I can teach you those things. Just stay with me in this channel. Always subscribe and also support my Patreon. Just go here. I'm gonna sit down and have some videos very long to explain line by line what I'm doing with a slower pace. All right. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.